Hey guys, it's Ashley and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new. So it is the end of 2018. Literally today is the 30th. It's December 30th and we have one more day of this year to go. It's crazy. I feel like this year just like flew by. It was like January was really long and then all the other months just like came rushing in and just left. Like honestly, that's how I feel. But I think that's how everybody feels. But, you know, we are getting ready for a brand new year, the year of 2019, and I do have some videos already planned for the new year. I'm super excited, but to get ready for the new year, I decided to get rid of some things from 2018. And by that, I mean I'm doing a book unhaul. Now, this is my second unhaul on this channel. I did do the unhaul challenge earlier this year. I will link that video down below. But I have just been thinking that, well, one, I want a new bookshelf. Well, I kind of need a new bookshelf because this one is just, I've had it for a couple of years, and now that I'm doing more videos for my channel and I'm starting to read more, I'm losing space on this bookshelf. So I need a new bookshelf. You guys don't even see the whole thing. You guys only see 2 shelves, but I have 4 shelves and they're pretty much just stacked to the brim. So I need a new bookshelf. So my plan is to get a new bookshelf, and because of that, I decided to get rid of some books that, you know, they're just kind of sitting on my bookshelf and I have no interest in reading them anytime soon, and I feel like they're just kind of stressing me out because I see them and I'm like, oh, I need to read that, but I don't have any interest in it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of these. Now, some of these might be a little controversial because I think a lot of people like some of these books, and it's not to say that I won't ever read them. It's just at the moment there are other books that I have ahead of them on my TBR, and I'd just rather take them off of my bookshelf so I can make room for new books that I really do want to read. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with this unhaul. Okay, so this first book, I've had this for a while, and I think I picked this up because one of my students had told me she really enjoyed this series. So I saw this book and I picked it up, and I had every intention of reading it, and it's just been sitting on my shelf for like 3 years, and I just read the synopsis just to see, you know, if maybe I might still have some interest in it. And honestly, I don't think I'm gonna read it anytime soon. And that is Graceling by, what is this? Kristen Cashore, I think that's how you say it. I'm pretty sure this is a trilogy. I think there's 2 more books in this series. And honestly, I love the way this book looks. I love the cover of it. I love the feel of it. I just don't think I have any interest in this story. I read the synopsis, and then to me, it kind of sounds like Snow White and the Huntsman, and I don't think I'm gonna read it anytime soon. Again, it's a beautiful book, and I know it's really good. I've heard lots of good things about it, but for now, I don't think I'm having any interest in it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of it. All right, the next book is one of my favorite authors of all time. Every time I see her books, I pick them up because they're just really good. They're amazing. I really do love them. But this one I've had for years. Actually, I'm pretty sure I had this book like a couple of years ago, and I unhauled it, and then I bought it again, and I still haven't read it. So I'm just gonna tell myself that I'm probably just not gonna read it at all. And that is The Boy Next Door by Meg Cabot. And actually, this is so old that it says Megan Cabot instead of Meg Cabot. Like, I don't think she puts this on her books anymore. But this is just, I think it's about 2 people that are neighbors, and they're like emailing each other. It kind of sounds like Attachments by Rainbow Rowell to me. And I just don't think I have any interest in it. And it's kind of older. It's like, I think it was published in like 2002, which is not old, but it's like older for books. And there's just so many more books that I want to read by her. So I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of this one. All right, these next 2 books, I did not, like, I literally was just keeping them because I think their covers are beautiful, but I've had them for years and have not picked them up, and I don't see myself doing it anytime soon, so I'm gonna get rid of them. I feel like that's the theme of all these books, but whatever. The next one is going to be Splintered by A.G. Howard, sorry. This is like the Alice in Wonderland retelling, or like continuation. I think it's about her granddaughter or something. I don't know. I remember when these came out and they were super popular. I think there's 3 books in this series as well, and I picked up the first one. I think this cover is absolutely beautiful, and that's the reason that I kept it for so long, just because I like how it looks, but I don't have any interest in picking this book up anytime soon, so I'm just gonna go ahead and unhaul it, even though it's beautiful. I'm just gonna let it go. It's gonna be okay. It's fine. We're fine. All All right, the next one, I actually talked about this one in a book or in a video earlier this year of my favorite covers because, again, it's a gorgeous cover. But I couldn't even tell you the synopsis of this story. I don't remember what it's about. I remember picking it up because I thought it was beautiful, and I remember it being really popular on BookTube at the time, but I haven't picked it up, and I don't see myself doing it anytime soon. And that is These Broken Stars by, who's this? Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. You guys, it's a really pretty book. It's really gorgeous, and I do remember people talking about it on BookTube. I kind of remember, like, mixed feelings about it. Like, I remember some people liking it and some people not liking it, and I don't know. I just think it's really gorgeous, and that's why I picked it up, but I haven't, like, I mean, that's why I bought it, but I haven't picked it up to read it. Like, I haven't read a single page in this book, so I'm gonna go ahead and unhaul it and get rid of it, even though it's beautiful. Maybe one day I'll have some interest in it again and I'll pick it up again, but I'm just gonna let it go for now. We're gonna put it down. Okay, this next book, I'm a little mad at myself because I just bought this book like a month and a half ago, and I actually picked it up at the Half Price Books clearance sale that I went to, and I had some interest in it at the time. I thought I was really gonna get into it and really read it, but looking at it on my bookshelf, I'm like, I am not gonna read this book, and I know I'm not. I don't know why I picked it up. And that is gonna be A Murder for Christmas, and this is just a bind up of a bunch of Christmas murder stories. And I think at the time I was just thinking about, oh, Christmas time is coming up. I can read some mystery stories, you know, during the Christmas time, and I didn't even pick this book up. And these are all really old stories, like from the 30s and 50s and 40s, like legit, that's how old these stories are. And I know myself. I know I'm not gonna pick it up. So I'm gonna let this go. Good thing is I only paid like $2 for it, so it's okay. I'm not losing a lot of money on this one, so I'm just gonna let this one go. Yeah. Okay, this next book, I know so many people are gonna be so mad, but I don't care. And I say that just because I've tried reading this book multiple times. I've tried reading the physical book, I've tried listening to the audiobook, and I just cannot get into the story. I have no interest in it at all. And that is going to be Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. So I've said this multiple times on this channel that Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell is literally one of my top 5 favorite books. Like, I love that book. I read it in one sitting. It was amazing. And so I picked up Carry On when it came out because, you know, this is the fanfic that she writes in the book, and I just was like, oh, I need this. But then I thought, when I was thinking about this, how many times I've tried to read this, how many times I've tried to listen to the audiobook, and I remembered reading Fangirl, and every snippet of Carry On, I like skimmed through because I didn't care. I just wanted the actual Fangirl story. I didn't care about Carry On. So when I bought it, I was just like, why did I buy this? Why did I do this? I think I just thought, oh, it's going to be just as good as Fangirl because, you know, it's coming from Fangirl. No, I have no interest in this. It has too much comparison to Harry Potter, and I can't get over that. And honestly, it kind of bored me. Like, I had no interest in it. It really, really bored me. And I know people love this story so much, but I just can't get into it. Actually, I've heard both. I've heard people actually love it or they hate it. And I'm gonna say I'm on the hate it side because I don't like it. I can't get into it at all. And that's not something for me. Like, I can read a book and kind of get into it and like maybe put it down, but I'll pick it back up eventually. But this book, I just have no interest in. I just don't want to read it. I'm just gonna take it off my bookshelf because it's just sitting there. And I feel like with it being on my bookshelf, it's telling me that I need to read it, but I don't need to read it. So I'm just gonna get rid of it. So I'm just not gonna look at it anymore. So that's my rant on Carry On. Sorry, guys. All right, this next book, I'm pretty sure I hauled this in my very first book haul on this channel 4 years ago. It'll be 4 years in January. And I remember buying this. I got it from Book Outlet. It was in my very first Book Outlet haul, and I was so excited about it. I know this book was super popular on BookTube at the time, and so that's why I picked it up. But I have not read any of it, and I just read the synopsis again, looking at it, trying to see if maybe I would enjoy it, and I just don't think the story is just clicking with me. I don't know. I don't really have any interest in it. But that's going to be The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. You guys, I was so excited when I first got this book, and it's a gorgeous book too. See, that was one of my problems in my first book haul. I kept saying books were cute and pretty, and that's why I was buying them, and I wasn't really paying attention to synopsises when I was buying them. And so now I'm just like, I have all these books and I have no interest in reading them. So that's kind of what happened with this one. Again, it is a gorgeous book, and I have heard that people really enjoy this one. I believe this is a trilogy as well. But I haven't picked it up, and it's just sitting on my bookshelf, and I'm sure someone else will enjoy this. It's a beautiful hardback, like it's mint condition because I haven't touched it, but I'm just gonna get rid of it because I'm just not gonna read it, you guys. This one kind of hurts because I really like this book, like I just like the aesthetic of it, but I'm gonna let it go. All right, this last one, this one kind of hurts to let go, and I'm still on the fence if I'm actually gonna unhaul this one, because I love the whole series that it ties into, but it's not an actual book in the series. It's just some stories off to the side, kind of like a novella, I guess you can say. That's gonna be the Bane Chronicles, and this is by Cassandra Clare, Sarah Reese Britton, and Maureen Johnson. See, it had multiple authors. I didn't realize that. But I love the Mortal Instruments series. I love the Infernal Devices. And I actually just bought Lady of Midnight, the Dark Artifices series, the continuation. I just bought the first book in that trilogy. So I really do love Cassandra Clare's writing. I really do. And I bought the Bane Chronicles because, I mean, Magnus Bane, he's an amazing character. He's one of my favorite characters in the entire world of the Shadowhunter world. But I just don't see myself picking this book up anytime soon, just because it's, you know, not stories pertaining to the rest of the series. It's just stories about Magnus Bane. And I actually do have the audiobook of this one, so if I do end up reading this, I'll probably just listen to the audiobook, so I don't necessarily need the physical book. I just like it because it matches my books that I have, but at the same time, I'm not reading it, so I feel like I should let it go. I don't know. I literally only want to keep it because it matches my books, but I'm not reading it, so I should let it go. This is a hard one. It really is. I love Cassandra Clare's writing. I really do. And I mean, it's Magnus Bane, but at the same time, I'm not reading it, so I gotta let it go, right? Tell me I need to let it go, guys. I need to let it go. I'm just gonna let it go. Okay, but yeah, okay. We're gonna let this one go. Okay, guys, so that is the end of my book unhaul. It was not a lot of books, it really wasn't, but I just know, like, it makes me feel a little bit better that I'm getting rid of these books because they're kind of the ones that I'm looking at, stressing myself, saying I need to read them, but I know I'm not going to get to them. So I'm going to take them off my bookshelf and make room for books that I really do want to read. Again, it was only 7 books. It's literally only 7 books, but at the same time, taking 7 books off your bookshelf, it frees up so much space, and it makes you feel a little good. Like, you don't have to stress about that. I can stress about the rest of my TBR. But I just wanted to show you guys these books that I was getting rid of, and hopefully I can show you guys when I get my new bookshelf and we can do like a little bookshelf tour or something. I don't know. But I'm really excited about getting rid of these books, just, you know, to kind of take some stress off of me. But yeah, I don't know what I'm saying now. I hope you guys enjoyed this book unhaul. I really do love watching these videos. I don't know why. It's like enjoyment to see people getting rid of books. I don't know. Maybe I'm like, oh, I want to go get that book. I don't know. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe down below. And I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.